Hello, welcome to CLSB Politics. Sean Briscoe speaking. So, the math behind Trump's $2,000 check he wants to send to everybody. BT Dubs wouldn't probably rely on it too much because he's going to pay with it with tariffs, right? That's what he's saying. Oh, the tariff. He's promised tariffs to farmers, the military, now $2,000 checks to all middle and low income people, and he's also going to pay the deficit and the debt down with the tariffs, right? So I'm only going to take two of those, right? The $2,000 check, right? Because that's what your crazy uncle at Thanksgiving is going to be talking about. And the other thing I'm going to talk about is, the debt, because I figure farmers, he's already screwed them over multiple times, and he doesn't actually care about the military. So I'm, not a thing. Not a thing that he's got a history of backing up. You know what I'm saying? So why don't we just look at the math real quick and get a better idea of exactly how full of BS Trump is on this brand new thing that he came up with, because something happened. The little squirrels were running in his brain, and that's what he came up with. So he wants to, do an income tax cut or replacements for millions of taxpayers, right? Debt reduction, and then most importantly, his $2,000 check that he's going to give you guys for increasing your costs between healthcare, rent, and food tens of thousands of dollars. He's going to give you $2,000, not tax free, by the way. It's a dividend, so you actually do pay taxes on it. Anyway, okay. Let's just talk about the tariffs actually bring in, okay? So they bring in between 250 and 330 billion. That, really the highest projection was 300 billion. But I found information, the CBO has a lot of different numbers, and they range between 250 and 330. But they're really like minus a temporary spike, probably going to be 300, right? That's going to be what the big pitch is going to be. So so what you end up with is about $300 billion to play with. That's got to go to the $2,000 checks. That's got to go to the deficit and all of it, right? It's got to go to all of it. So real quick, like and subscribe if you haven't. Welcome to CLSB Politics. If you're new to this channel, we mostly just run the math of campaigns, campaign finance, political operations, and honestly, this video is mostly about Trump being a moron, because it does happen often, pretty much daily. But rarely do I have hard math to go on, because normally his stuff's real fuzzy. Well, so I love math, and that's what this channel is really all about. So you can see more of my stuff on YouTube, Blue Sky, Instagram, TikTok, Substack. I'm not sure where you guys are seeing this. But check me out. I've got all sorts of shorts and videos and everything. And I've got playlists on YouTube that go back over a year. All right. So let's look at what the dividend only looks like, right? Tariff revenues, 300 billion. The cost of the dividends alone would be $500 billion. So it's a $200 billion shortfall, right? Now, dividends plus tax cuts, again, we only have $300 billion to play with, and that cost would be 1.2 trillion with a T, with a shortfall of about $900 billion. So the first scenario is dividends only. You'd have to, it's the equivalent of bailing out a South American country 10 times as just the shortfall. So far, the math isn't looking too good. Here's another way to look at it. Tariff revenue, 300, million, okay. So these are the costs. So you have the tariff as a revenue, the dividends are 500 billion, and then the tax cuts would be another 700 billion, right? To equal $1.2 trillion. By the way, per year. So So the bottom line is basically this. Tariffs don't generate enough money. I mean, even with the best case scenario, there's insanely huge hundreds of billions of dollars in shortfalls. And none of this is going to get paid for. It's all just something he's throwing out there. Don't pay attention to it. This is the noise. He's, again, just full of crap. And so the key takeaway, he's lying. The math doesn't math. He's absolutely 100% lying to you guys. So, yeah, not that many people who watch my channel buy into his nonsense, but this is something you can use for your crazy uncle at Thanksgiving. You're welcome. All right. This was a short one, but I really had to address it because I'm like sitting there listening to this going, none of this math could possibly be right. And then when I did the minimum amount of research, right, just a CBO search and a couple other things, and just the whole nonsense machine fell apart. So you can see more shows like this on my YouTube, Blue Sky, Instagram, TikTok, and Substack. If you're thinking about running for office, you can go to clsbpolitics.com. You can email me at sean@clsbpolitics.com. And, we take a look at your race and see what's going on. We specialize in field programs and database management. All right. Well, hope everyone has a great day. I'm putting this out right away, and I'll talk to you guys later. Oh, real quick. Later today, Virginia is coming out. I'm doing a Virginia video using, looking at the turnout versus the congressional districts that are up for grabs in 2026. So really going to be an interesting show. So you should check out my Virginia show later today. It'll be in the afternoon.